how to stay motivated. And I'm smiling because there's such a huge misconception around this topic. This is the most asked question that I receive. And I'm always disappointed when people ask me this question. Because when people ask me this question, it tells me how little they understand about how reality works, how the human mind works, how human behavior works, what it takes to be successful and to achieve things and to hit your highest potential. You guys have to understand, and we'll tell you from the beginning of this video. Now, you probably came into the video hoping that I'm gonna give this fucking magical answer that's gonna get you pumped 24/7 and you can just like go through your day super motivated. It's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot rely on motivation. I always say motivation is like a bad friend. It's fun when it's here, but you cannot rely on it. And if you are relying on it, if your action ends where motivation ends, then you are done. You will be below average. You'll always operate at a lower performance level than what you're capable of, always. Because motivation it never stays, it isn't permanent. It just comes and goes. It's just like the rain, it's just like the weather. It's like you expect it to be sunny 24/7. It's never gonna happen. It's like you only doing the work when it's sunny and you live in England. It's never gonna happen. Sometimes it's sunny, most of the time it's not. So are you only gonna do the work when it's sunny? And if that's your belief systems, if that's how you're gonna operate, if that's your blueprint, then you're never gonna get anything done. You're never gonna achieve anything worth achieving. Because to achieve things have to get done consistently every single day. You have to show up every single day. And if you only show up when under certain circumstances and certain conditions that are just really they're never really attainable, they're never really here like that, they never really come as often as you need them to be there, then you will fail every single time. So you don't need motivation. The best thing you can do right now, the best thing you can do is scrap it. Just believe in your mind that you're never gonna be motivated to do anything. That's a start, that's a good start. Now I'm gonna tell you by the end of this video how to have something even better. Something even better than motivation. Way better. That's what I'm gonna show you in this video. Because in the end of the day, you guys don't really care that much about motivation. I know you think you do, but you don't. All you care about is achieving the goals that you have, being the person you wanna be, having the life that you want. So a better question would be, okay, how do I get there? How do I achieve it? How do I do that? Not how do I stay motivated? I've been a professional athlete for the last 20 years. I've been an athlete my whole life, since a young kid. But I've been a professional athlete for probably the last 15 years, played in the Premier League. In order to get there, I would have had to do work from when I was 5 years old up until when I was 22 when I made my debut for Liverpool. Do you think I was motivated for 20 years straight? Like every single day, I was just buzzing with enthusiasm and I just wanted to train every single day. I wanted to run every single day. Do you believe that? Do you think all these guys that you look up to that achieved incredible shit, do you think they stayed motivated? That's all the people you look up to, in order to achieve what they've achieved, it would have took them years. Do you actually believe they were motivated for all them years? I know you don't, so why do you feel like you have to be? It's a huge misconception. So the best thing you can do, starting from today, is get rid of the thought of motivation. Motivation can be like a bad friend. It's fun when it comes, but you can't rely on it. Because when you really need it, it's never there. That's how you have to treat it. You have to disregard motivation completely. When it comes, it's a bonus. So that's how you need to operate from now. So to answer a better question is, how do you stay driven? How do you stay disciplined? How do you stay consistent? That's a better question. Because in order to do those things, you don't need to be motivated. I didn't even feel motivated to do this video, but I'm still here and I'm still doing it. Why? That's what we're gonna get into. So first things first, one of the most common reasons why people don't stay consistent, they don't know they don't achieve what they want to achieve on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, is firstly, they're confused. There's a lack of clarity in their life. They don't really know what they want and who they want to be. When there's no plan, when there's no concrete, solid idea of what you want, then it's hard to stay motivated, because like, stay motivated to do what? You don't even know what to do. So the first things first, make sure we're having notebooks. Always have a notebook. I got a mentor who makes me have a notebook all the time. Whenever I meet him, we could literally be going out for dinner. He'll be like, "Where's your notebook? Why have you not got a notebook?" I'm like, "Well, we're just going for dinner." Like, yeah, fuck, it don't matter. I could say something really crazy. I can say something at any moment that could change your life. And I'm like, fuck, yeah, shit, that's the level. That's the level. So make sure you got a notebook. Every time you watch these videos, you gotta have a notebook. Or like if you're driving and shit, well, I don't know, risk your life, put the notes on your phone. I'm joking, don't do that. But the first thing you need to do, gain clarity. Number one, clarity. I'm also gonna put character creation. I'm gonna put CC. That's character creation. Now what this means, what character creation is you need to spend time, everybody needs to do this. Every fucking human needs to do this. They need to have a notebook, sit down, block out an hour, and create the character that you wanna be in all areas. Every area, like as detailed as possible. How does that person look? How does that person dress? How does that person speak? What does that person do? What do they drive? Where do they live? Everything, like your dream person of who you want to be. Like no limitations. The only limitations that are actually real are the ones you believe in. So just like, if you couldn't fail, who would you be? You need to know that person, because that's the person that you're going to live by, that you need to live aligned to every single day in order to become that person. So you have to figure out what that is, to a T, everything. From their fitness, from their physique, to their financials, to their career, to their relationship, who's in their life, do you have kids, how many kids? Like, as detailed as you possibly can go, that's where you need to go. Write it down, that's key. So then you gain clarity. You're like, I know who I wanna be, I know what I wanna achieve, what career I want, that's all solidified. Now, the next one is then you make a plan. You make a plan, which I prefer to call a system. All right, plan. Number two, plan. So you know what you want, create the character, now you need a plan to get there. Plan. And now, there's gonna be, the last point is the most important. It's the most important. It's gonna answer the question technically of like how to stay motivated or how to stay disciplined, driven, consistent. But first you need to put these in place. Otherwise, the last one won't even really be that impactful. But once you have these, it's the most impactful. So a plan and a system. So what that means is like, all right, cool, let's go for an example of, let's take one element of your character. Let's say fitness. So right now, you're in your shitty physical condition, you're sloppy, you're overweight, you don't like how you look, you don't like how you feel. So fitness, your character is like, this guy's fit, this guy has a six pack, this guy's ripped, like this guy has a lot of energy, this guy's strong. That's your character creation for fitness. That's who you want to be. All right, so to create a system, you need to have a daily habit around that. Any weakness you have, or anything that you want to make happen, you have to create a habit around that. Habits are the only thing that's gonna create what you want to create. What else is there? You have to have the habit to make it happen. A lot of people just want things, but it's just a want. You have to choose it. You choose it by your habits, what you do every single day. So that's why people say, if you show me a man's habits, I'll show you his future. Because what your habits are dictates your future. It's the building blocks for your future. So however your life is right now, you built that from your habits over the last couple of years. So if you're out of shape, why? Because your habits were fucked. You didn't train, you ate a bunch of shit, and you procrastinated on your fitness. You neglected your fitness. So where you are now is you have shitty fitness. For someone who's in shape, why are they in shape? Because of their habits. They trained, they ate well, bang, they're fit. That's how it works. Your habits are everything. So create a habit around fitness. So that's easy. You train every day, you eat well, you control your portion size, you know what your macros are, and you stick to it. You go on a calorie deficit if you need to lose fat. You go on a calorie surplus if you want to build muscle. Very easy. Every day you train, non-negotiable, you have to train. Even if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, you have to train. It's a non-negotiable for you to train. Non-negotiable means that there is no negotiating. People make non-negotiables and then fucking negotiate them on day 2. Makes no sense. Non-negotiable, you train every single day. If you want to create this, you have to have a system, and then a system is just a bunch of habits, basically. So that's what you need to do. Every single day you need to train, and you need to stick to a nutrition plan. Over a certain period of time, you will reach this magical destination called fitness. So now there's no lack of clarity. Like maybe some people, if they don't know exactly what to do, then they procrastinate. And then they feel like they're not motivated. Then they ask this fucking stupid question of how to stay motivated. But it's like, all right, but who do you want to be first? What physique do you want? Do you want to build muscle? How do you want to look? Have you got an example of someone that you like the look of that you want to kind of replicate? Then you can change your training program specifically to get that look. But just first, you need to have fucking clarity. You need to know that. You need to know that. Exactly. So once you know that, you create a system. So that's your system. Anyone behind this camera that needs to get better fitness, train every day, stick to a nutrition plan. Very simple. That's your new habit. And after a certain period of time, you will get there. Fitness, you will look exactly how you want to look. Number 3. Now this is the most important. This is going to answer the question of the whole video. So make sure you write this down. I hope you're enjoying the video. The fact that you're here shows me that you're into self-development. You want to become the best version of yourself. You want to overcome all your insecurities, all your problems, and you want to reach the highest version of you to create the life that you want. So I'm here for you. This is what I do. If you guys need any questions answered, you need me at all, the best place to contact me is on Instagram. DM me on Insta, I get back to all the questions, all the requests, and I will answer you always. This is what I do, this is what I live for. So hit me up and let's do this. But to go over, to summarize, clarity, choose who you want to be, character, creation. Now we've done fitness, you also need to do all the other areas of your life. Let's do one more to make sure that you guys understand fully. Let's say financial freedom, FF. Financial freedom is the next one. So you have one area of your life where it's fitness, you know how you want to look, you've created that person, you have the vision in your mind of what physique you want. Then you got financial freedom. Okay, so how are you going to create that? What business idea do you want? What do you see yourself doing in your life? Like if money was no issue, what would you want to do every day? Would you want to coach people? Would you want to go around looking at properties because you love property? Like whatever that is, answer that question, that's very important. If money was no issue, other than just sitting on the beach like some dumbasses are probably going to say, but that's not work and it's not fun. You'll do that for a certain period of time and then you will just hate your life. You need to be working, you need to be progressing, you need to be doing something. But take away money. Money was no issue, what would you want to do every day? That's a very important question that everyone has to ask themselves in their life. Because that's the thing that is their true purpose. That's what's going to give them the most fulfillment. Take away everything else, what do you want to do? So it can be that, or it can be like, what are you good at? Because right now you just want to achieve financial freedom. Maybe that what you want to do comes after that. But firstly, just how do you get this? What are you the best at? What could you start providing value in now? Or what do you just want to do? You choose. But it needs to be linked to financial freedom. It needs to, the vehicle needs to be correct. So you can't go and work in Tesco and want to be financially free. Not going to work. That work doesn't create financial freedom. It doesn't work. It's the wrong vehicle. So choose the right vehicle. So starting a business, having an online business, something where you can scale high enough to create financial freedom. All right, cool. So let's say you want to be an online coach, like what I do. If you want to be an online coach, okay, what do I need to do every day? I need to post it. I need to create a system now. So I want financial freedom. I'm going to be a coach. How do I make that happen? And I said, if you have a weakness or you have something that you want to achieve in your life, you have to create a habit. You have to create a habit around it every single day to make it happen. So I wanted to be a professional footballer when I was younger, so I trained every single day. I ate a certain way. I watched YouTube videos and I read books and I studied people. I read autobiographies of other footballers and I studied. I spoke to my coaches every day. I had systems. I had a bunch of habits that I did every single day in order to achieve my goal of professional footballer. And then that's what a compound effect is. You do something every single day, it becomes like you start living it and breathing it, and it becomes everything you think about. And whatever you think about and whatever you do consistently every single day is what you manifest. So I became it. So it's the same principle runs everywhere else. So now you need to create a system. Okay, so what would a system be? What would a system for me be now to be an online coach and to grow my coaching company like I have? Okay, it's gonna be, okay, I need to post every single day. I need to post online every single day because I'm an online coach. I need to share my value of what I teach. So I need to post every single day. I need to send out a certain number of messages, some outreach to my followers to build a community. Don't miss the others. Don't be a dumbass and just build like your life around one thing. You need successes across the board, all things. So another important one would be relationships. So if you want to maintain your relationship with your mum because you love her, she's so important for you, and you don't want to break apart that bond you have because you're so busy with your training and with your business that you forget to build that relationship and maintain that relationship. Make sure you put in their relationship, text my mom once a day, call my mom once a day for just 2 minutes. You'll understand how much of an impact that has on your relationship by calling someone every day for just 2 minutes. Just catch up, hi, love you, appreciate you, miss you, like very easy. Now we understand what we need to do. Like we need to do those things. We know who we want to be. We know exactly what we want. We know exactly how to get there. We've created a plan and a system. Now the most important part, so the reason why these are important is because it gives you full on clarity. You know exactly what to do. So now it takes away that point, that level of like procrastination and that lack of motivation because I don't really know what to do. That's a big reason why people feel unmotivated because they don't even know exactly what to do. I'm like that. If I don't have a plan, I'll procrastinate. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything because I don't really know what to do. I don't really know my next step. So I always have to operate from a system. So it's like, no matter how I feel, I know I have to do these things. So it makes it easier to do them. But this is what's gonna keep you aligned. This is what's gonna keep you consistent. This next point is what's gonna make you stay driven every single day to get the things done. Despite how you feel, regardless of your feelings, you're gonna get them done. It's your purpose. Your purpose. Now this is like a word that gets thrown around a lot, but people don't actually even use it. They don't even use it to the degree that they should be using it to get everything done. This is how I get everything done. This is how I achieve success in anything I've done. It's always through that. I know that's, if I don't have purpose around something, I won't fucking do it because I know I'll fail at it. I know I'll give it up. So there's no point. You have to have a strong purpose. Now what's purpose? Purpose is the reason why you do anything. It's the reason, like, people just live their life and they just do things. They don't even know why they're doing it. When you really sit down and ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to work? Why am I going here? Why am I spending time around these people? Why? You gotta ask yourself why, rather than just living like a zombie and just doing shit because you're just doing shit because maybe you're living off belief systems from somebody else. Somebody else is making you do shit. You don't even know why. Your mom, your dad, your teachers, they programmed you and developed belief systems in you that make you just do things and you don't even want to do them. They're not even, if you really sat down and asked yourself, why do I do these and if I want to do them, you'll probably be no, you don't. But you've been living unconsciously and allowing other people to live rent-free in your mind and move you around like a fucking puppet. So that's why you're not motivated, because you're not even doing what you want. You're not even becoming who you want to become. You're becoming someone who other people want you to become. So that's why that's important. So you have to create a purpose for yourself. And then everybody has a purpose, everybody. Everybody has some pain in their life and everybody has a joyful idea, a joyful vision of what they want and who they want to be. So you have to operate from those every single day. Now people say you have to find your purpose, that's bullshit. You have to create your purpose, create it. Use the depth of your mind to figure out the most pain in your life. So if we're talking about fitness, what's your purpose to stay fit, to stay healthy? What is that? You need to look after your mom, you got kids, you need to be healthy for your kids. That's a strong purpose. Because if you don't stay healthy, then your kids suffer. And you show your kids what it's like to be unhealthy. And maybe they become unhealthy. And that's because of you. So that's your purpose. And if your purpose is financial freedom and you want financial freedom, why do you want it? Why is it you want it? What are you gonna do with the money? What are you gonna shop for? Is it because your mom grew up, broke her whole life, and you've seen her work 3 jobs, you've seen her cry every night because she couldn't afford the bills, she couldn't afford to feed you food? That's a fucking strong purpose. Use that. So whenever you don't feel motivated to do the work you have to do to create financial freedom, you think back to your childhood growing up and how you want to become financially free to show your mom a good life before she dies and show her the good side of life, show her what abundance is like. Now, so the time when it comes when you don't feel motivated and you have that idea of your mom growing up broke and you really want to create financial freedom so you can show her a better life, is that enough for you? Do you not think you're going to do the work at that moment? Of course you are. If not, you're just fucking selfish and you don't really love your mom. So you got to look at all the people you love in your life and ask yourself, who suffers if I don't get the work done today? If I don't become this person who I'm supposed to be, who suffers? Everybody has someone in their life that suffers if they don't become the best version of themselves. Everyone. All your mom wants, all your dad wants, all your wife wants, all your kids wants, all they want is for you to be the best version of yourself. That's it. There's nothing else that they actually want. And when you do that, that benefits them. Then it floods over into their life. So create your purpose. Sit down in a room, half an hour. Do these first, do this, and think about this. Don't leave today, after this video, don't leave without knowing what your purpose is, without creating it for yourself. Sit down and think about it. Who's important in my life? What's important in my life? Where's the pain in my life? Maybe you got called chubby and fat all your childhood. So that's your purpose, to prove those people wrong. Maybe someone when you were younger like flexed on you when you had no money, and someone flexed on you and it pissed you off, and you can still remember it to this day. So you want to just prove them wrong. Some of the most successful people that I know or have interviewed or spoke to, that's a huge purpose for them. That they got bullied when they were young. They didn't have a certain life and someone else flexed on them. So they're like, fuck that, I'm gonna get rich to prove that guy wrong. That's their purpose. It's strong enough, and all it needs to do is be strong enough then the times where you don't feel great. And it pushes you past it and it makes you do the work anyways because you remember that time. Purpose, that is way better than motivation. That's what's gonna keep you aligned. By keeping your purpose at the forefront of your mind every single day. Stir up the pain if you have to. When you don't feel like doing the work, stir up the pain. Sit down, think about all the pain in your life and why you need to create this person, this life. Then you don't need motivation because that stays with you forever. It can be there 24/7 for years, 10 years, 20 years, like it will stay forever. Motivation doesn't. Motivation stays for a day, disappears, don't come back for the next 3 months. So which one's more reliable? Your purpose. So that's what you need to stay aligned, always. Now there's two forms. There's the pain and the joy of your purpose. Write that down. The pain and the joy of your purpose. So the pain is what I just spoke about, being bullied, seeing your parents struggle, anything that just hurt, anything that pissed you off, anything that makes you angry. That's the pain. Very powerful. And then there's the joy. The joy is the opposite. The joy is like, so you got the pain where, okay, my mom grew up broke, seen her struggle. Then the joy is, I want to show her a good life. I need her to see that. I need her to experience that. Pain and the joy. Think of both. You're going to need both. Because you want to be moving away from something and you want to be going towards something. Then you're powerful, absolutely powerful. Now, if you can create these so well that you can get emotion from them, like when you think about them, it triggers emotion, then you are the most powerful that you're ever gonna be. And whenever you don't feel motivated, you're gonna think about this. You're gonna stir up this pain, you're gonna stir up the joy. And then it's like, no, I just have to get it done. And the more you do that, this is what's the most interesting. The more you do it, the more you get the work done, regardless of how you feel, in the moment where you don't want to do it, but you do it, that's like a muscle. That muscle builds, that muscle grows. So now it's like, in my life, if I don't feel motivated to do something, it's harder for me to not do it than to do it. Like it's harder for me to not go to the gym than it is to go to the gym. Like if I wake up and I don't feel like it and someone said don't go, I would struggle because I've built that muscle up so strong in my mind where my initial thought, my initial emotion is like, just go. Don't care how you feel, just go. That's the same as everything else. I've built that in all areas. So every single day I can do the same thing over and over and over again, 365 days, regardless of how I feel, because I've detached my emotion from doing the work. I just do it because I use this so often. Now I don't really need to use this anymore. It's there, I keep it there. Sometimes I'll strike some emotion out of it when I need it, when I need to feel a bit more pumped, I need to feel a bit more motivated, then I'll use it. But that's the best thing. But at the beginning, you're gonna need this every single day. Every single day. Put your purpose on your wall, on your phone, so you can stare at it every single day. Produce that emotion every single day to get you to want to go and do things. You're gonna need that. So the pain and the joy of your purpose. Now, to wrap this up, I want to give you some context to think about this, to show you how powerful it actually is. I want you to imagine two people. Got person one. Got person two. Let's say this guy's name is, let's say his name's Dior. Videographer behind the camera is called Dior. Let's use him for an example. Now this actually isn't about his life, we're just taking his name. His name's Dior. I spelled that wrong, haven't I? Yeah. But this is better because it's actual Dior. So two people. Now this person is you. So whoever you are, whatever your name is, I want you to imagine that this is you. So this is you, create it for yourself. So I want you to imagine another person of you, a complete replica. You're both the same. These people are exactly the same. Everything's the same. The same circumstances, the same family, the same upbringing, the same everything. You live in the same area, you have the same job, everything. You want it, your character creation is exactly the same. You want the same things. The only difference is their purpose. So let's say purpose number one, Dior number one, his purpose is he just wants to travel. Like his biggest purpose is to travel. Like the reason why he wakes up, the reason why he goes to work, the reason why he starts his business, the reason why he does everything he does is because he just wants to travel. That's just what he wants. Now the difference between this version is that his purpose is, we'll use the one I used earlier. Mum was broke. Struggled all her life. And he wants to show her, good times. And he wants to just show her a good time. He wants her to stop struggling. He wants her to see the nicer, more the luxury side of life. That's what he wants. So he wants her to stop struggling, because right now she's still struggling, and he wants to show her a good life. That's a pain in the joy. This guy wants to travel. Now, both are fine. Like, I got nothing wrong with traveling, but you have to understand, you have to create a purpose that's so strong, because when things get hard, when adversity hits, you're always gonna fall to the strength or the weakness of your purpose. When you have to do something so scary, or something that's just such hard work, when you gotta do something when you really don't feel like it, or when your business is making no money whatsoever, and you've got no leads, you've got nothing, and you're like, fuck, why am I even doing this? When you get to that mode, and we've all been there, we all know what that feels like, when you feel like nothing's working, and you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, who's gonna quit first? Who's gonna allow not being motivated dictate whether they continue or not? Whether they're gonna do the work, whether they're gonna do their system tomorrow, and then the next day, then the next day. Who's gonna quit first? Number one or number two? It's always gonna be number one. This person will quit. And when I say quit, quitting doesn't mean completely fucking everything off and be like, I ain't doing this no more, I give up. Quitting can just mean only trying 50% rather than 100. You've quit. So if your system was to, if you wanted to be an online coach and your system was to post 3 times a day and send 20 messages, but now you only post once every week, you've quit. Don't think you haven't quit just because you've done that one post. You've quit, your heart's been compromised. You've lost belief. Because if you had belief, you would keep applying the same blueprint, the same system. That's what you would do. But you've quit. So, and when you get to that mode, when you don't do the correct amount of work, then you're not going to get to your destination. You're not going to get to where you need to be because you haven't done enough physical work that needs to be done to create that outcome. You can't be a successful coach if you only post once a week. You can't. So if you post once a week, you've given up because you're never going to get there now. The only thing that's going to get you there was by posting every single day. Posting every single day creates that outcome. Posting once a week doesn't create that outcome. So if you're doing that, you've given up. So you see how powerful purpose is. Now let's say you wanted to be an online coach and you were scared of speaking on camera. Your purpose needs to be stronger than the fear of you speaking on camera. The fear of you worrying about what other people think about you has to be stronger. The travel's not going to be strong. How much can someone really want to travel? You can't want to travel that bad where you're willing to risk it all. You're willing to like put yourself out there fully and get critiqued by the whole world. But this one, you would be. You would be. Because your mom's on the line. Her livelihood's on the line, so you would do it. So create your purpose. create it. It doesn't need to be found, it needs to be created by you. So you need to be number 2. Right now, you might even be none. You might not be number 1 or number 2. You ain't even got one. You not even thought about it. You're just living. You're just coasting through life. You're drifting. No wonder why you don't feel motivated. The funny thing is when you're always searching for motivation, you never get it. But when you let it go, you get more of it. I feel motivated a lot. And I never look for it, I never want it. But that's how life works. All the people that want money the most don't have it. All the people that don't really want money anymore, they have all the money. Whatever you resist persists. So if you keep wanting to have motivation, you're never gonna get it. Only when you feel like you don't need it is when you get more of it. But regardless, you don't need it. You do not need it. You only need a purpose. So go and create one. Well done, guys. You reached the end of the video, which shows me that you are the real soldiers. You're really fighting that war to self-mastery, and it's all that you want and all you obsess about. So look, I want to give you my personal number to connect with me, whether it's for coaching information or it's just to ask me a question and just to reach out for some help. So you can message me on 054-394-9393. That's 054-394-9393. Area code is +71. It's a Dubai number. So guys, look forward to hearing from you.